Good morning, everyone. Love the energy. Yes, what a beautiful day. My name is Richard Houston. I'm one of your licensed practitioners here at Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast, and I'm so excited to be with you all today in community. And for those online, we just welcome you either now or in the future for joining us also. It's great to have you with us. So the theme for today is about fierce clarity. Fierce clarity. So, in the context of Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind philosophy, it's described as uncompromising, sharp spiritual awareness. It's the practice of stripping away denial, fear, and mental confusion to see truth, divine presence, and personal reality with absolute sharpness. Sounds like a great topic for us today. So some of the core teachings from Holmes then is about rejecting avoidance. I was just talking with someone yesterday about how they were talking about procrastinating and avoidance, and I'm like, yes, a subject on my mind. And then about active creation, or as we might think of it as co-creation, right? And then cutting through fear. So I thought about this for a while and said, what does this mean for me in my life? So for me, it's about being present, focused, and mindful with all of me. So letting go of any resistance of common perceptual roadblocks. Ego, letting go of dogma, old beliefs, fear of change, staying safe, unforgiveness, and constant distraction. I know for me lately that the distraction piece is something that I have to keep being mindful about. What am I spending my time and my energy on? And what's taking me away from what's a more healthier thing for me to do, right, for myself? And then recognizing that I am part of this co-creation. And then walking with faith and in community. A reminder that I am not alone and that owning whatever it is really is about being real and present. So those are the things that come up for me. So I thought we would just take all that in and do a prayer and kind of set ourselves up for today's talk about fierce clarity. So let's just take a moment and go within. So as we settle into ourselves in this moment and just feel our presence and connecting to the earth and the sky, we just know that God is good all the time, in and through all things. It is present, it is available, it is unlimited, it is unceasing. It is beyond even what we're aware of. And we just know in this moment that we are one with this allness. We are one with the goodness. We are one with the presence. And from that place, I just know and claim right here in this space that in community, that we open up our minds, our hearts, and our souls to the new unfolding, to the new awareness, to the new fierceness of clarity, that we bring forth the best of us in this present moment. And in community, we know that we will grow together, we will learn together, and that we will share this with the world around us. For it is from acting individually in our space from within and being with this presence and being the love, being the joy, being the peace, that's where our true beauty comes from. So we just are grateful in this moment. We just love our community, our presence, and just the opportunity to sort of be together in like-minded thinking and knowledge. So we just release these words into the Almighty that always says yes, and together we say, and so it is. All right, take it away, Crooked Feathers.
Thank you, Richard. Good morning, beloveds. So for me, the first thing about fierce clarity is remembering who I am. So I chose a wonderful song by a beloved named Amy Bishop titled I Am, I Am. And I hope as I sing it, you will know that this is who you are too. Closer than a heartbeat, closer than the breath on your lungs, closer even still than the pulse in your veins. I am, I am, I am. Closer than a mother or a child. I'm part of every person, kind and wild. I'm everything you are. I'm a wish, I'm a star. I am, I am, I am. I'm an oak that's climbing skyward. I'm a dandelion seed. Every broken heart, every good deed, every kind word spoken, every tear you ever cried. I'm that little whisper I won't be denied. All that ever was shall ever be. Passion, truth, and love, lasting peace. I'm everything you see. I am you, you are me. I am, I am. I am spirit, one mind. I am laughter, I'm divine. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am. Amen. Thank you.
Wow, good morning. Give another applause. Yes, beautiful, right? Good morning, community. My name is Reverend Diana Escobar, and I have a reading from my favorite magazine. I talk about it all the time. Okay, So the name of the reading that is Transforming Our Fear. And our first quote is from Dale Carnegie. Do the thing you fear to do and keep on doing it. Yeah, breathe that in, huh? That is the quickest and surest way ever yet discovered to conquer a fear. And from Ernest Holmes, Living Without Fear. There can be nothing in the universe operating against our word except our own doubt. Wow, love that too. There are two common acronyms for fear. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. When you are afraid, you can choose either turn and run to lean in and walk through. Transforming our fears can happen in an instant or in stages. It begins with choosing to face everything and rise. Facing our fears is how we overcome them. First, be aware that you are afraid. This may sound simple, but some of us don't realize we are afraid, as fear can be hidden under other emotions. Sometimes we analyze the situation intellectually rather than emotionally, making fear seem illogical. Next, clarify exactly what you are afraid of. Take the time to understand why. From there, sit with your fear and explore the spiritual truth behind it. Wow. Fear is misplaced faith. Consider looking at it as your teacher, here to show your areas ripe for growth and ways to deepen your oneness with God. What is your understanding of God? Of the creative process, of universal law. Reflect on how your fear may not align with those spiritual truths. Because our physical bodies respond to fear immediately and strongly, we often react rather than responding when something scares us. As a result, we may not take the time to listen to the message or reflect on our fears and on alternate ways of responding. Ultimately, using fear as a catalyst for transformation can lead to profound change and deepen our relationship with God. And our affirmation today is, I choose to transform my fear, deepening my consciousness of wholeness and oneness with Spirit. Thank you, community. And we have another song.
Thank you, Rev Diana. So, after we get real clear about who we are, the next thing is to be intentional about what we do. And this next song is a song I wrote about just that. It's about being intentional with putting your guitar strap on so it's not all twisted up when you get ready to sing. It's about choice and choosing who we are, how we show up, the words we speak, and it's about this really cool time that we do it. When you first wake up, right before you go to sleep, right before you eat, right after you eat, any moment you're awake and realize you're right now in the very present and you're choosing something. Oh, that's all the time, right? Each word. Each day before the light slips in, I breathe before I speak. A single word to shape my day or bend me when
listen for a still small voice. It whispers from within. Choose gently now, choose wisely now. Love's where you begin. 'Cause every word is a stone I place on a path I walk each day. Every thought is a brush of light. It colors what I say. On the high watch of my tender heart, a holy vow is stirred. Let spirit speak through me, each mindful living word. Some days the world is thunder loud, and I forget my name. I reach for words of fear and doubt, fall into old shame. But grace arrives with quiet hands, helps me choose again. Just gently to that trembling place, let kindness be my friend. 'Cause every word is a stone I place on a path I walk each day. Every thought is a brush of light that colors what I say. On the high watch of my tender heart, holy vow is stirred. Let spirit speak through me, each mindful loving word. Oh, how soft the world becomes when I choose words that heal. A simple truth, a gentle tone, shift the way we feel. Even when the shadows rise, I know what I'm here for. To speak as love, to breathe as peace, open our heart's door. 'Cause every word is a stone I place on a path I walk each day. Every thought is a brush of light, it colors what I say. On the high watch of our tender heart, holy vow is stirred. Let spirit speak through me, each mindful living word. I am spirit speaking softly, each holy chosen word.
Thank you. Thank you. I know Rev T has something really fun up her sleeve for us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Frankie, AKA Crooked Feathers. That was just beautiful, both of those songs. And Diana, thank you for that reading, Reverend Diana. That was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm trying to remember the one line, Diana, from the Amy Bishop. What was it? The tear that, it'll come back to me. That one line, wow, love that. Tear, yeah. Fear, what a thing to talk about. You know, in focusing on it, I realize I have more of it than I thought I had, because fear can be subtle. It can show up in unique ways that we don't necessarily think of as fear. I'm going to get this story out of the way right away because it's not even in my notes, but it's haunting me. And I know I've shared it before years ago, and I just recently told Annie Williams this story because Annie lives in the community where this happened. So, you know, I have my real estate license, and I was a full-time realtor before I was a full-time minister. And I was going to a closing. It was my listing. I'd gone in to check and make sure it was clean before the sellers were going to get possession of it. And it wasn't, and there was some stuff I had to throw away. One of those things was a fake snake. Let's go to the punchline. And it was one of those, you know, they're wooden, and you like hold the end and it moves because it's all these little wooden pieces. You know what I'm talking about, right? There was also a desk blotter, you know, like a calendar desk, big desk thing. Well, so I took that thing, that big desk blotter, not the snake, and I scooched it onto the blotter, you know, like up against the wall so I could get it on. And then I'm like this, going to the garage to get it into a garbage can. I knew it was a fake snake. I knew it was a fake, I knew it was a fake, I knew it was a fake snake. I was by myself. I don't even have to tell you about this, but this is what fear does to us. It can be so incredibly irrational and embarrassing if you tell people the story. It's amazing how it is and how we are with it. But here's what I want to tell you today, and this is what I want us to focus on. Fear is energy. Fear is energy. And we often experience fear as something that we want to get rid of. But we don't want to get rid of energy. We might want to transform energy, but we don't want to get rid of it, right? Remember last week, Bhante San said, it would be dangerous if we didn't have a sense of fear, right? It would be dangerous, so we don't want to get rid of it. But what if fear was actually like an activation of life? You know, it's energy. What if it was really like vitality? That's what it was. Because think about what happens when you're like picking up the fake snake on the big, huge piece of paper because you don't want to touch it. Your heart is pounding. Your breath is quickening. Your senses have now sharpened. This is all you see. Your attention has narrowed. Energy is gathering. Energy is gathering, right? Gerald May, who is an American psychiatrist and theologian, said this about fear. He said, it isn't our enemy. It's something good. It's something good. And I love this line. He says, it's something alive, alert, and wild in us. Wow. Can we shift our thinking to that? Wow. Alive, alert, and wild. Yeah, I love it, love it, love it. There's a fear response to danger. Yes, absolutely, and that's what Bhante San was talking about. That is a good thing. But fear itself isn't dangerous, right? It's energy. It's only dangerous, I think, is if we allow it to paralyze our living. Yeah. So what if the physical feelings that we have when we're in a place of fear isn't life telling us to run away, but it's life calling us to pay attention. It's life saying, wake up. Wake up, pay attention. May goes on to say that it's a life spirit. He hyphened that. Life spirit. Life spirit standing on its toes right here, right now, with a clear intention, sharp senses, ready-bodied, flared nostrils, bristled hair, poised muscles, pumping heart. Wild. Yes. Yes. That's what it is. That's what it can be. That's what it can be. So Holmes, in this little book called Effective Prayer, and I've left it open to the page, because I am going to be skipping around in this quote. But he begins with, fear and faith are identical in the energy that is used in one is the same energy that is used in the other. So again, fear is energy. It gets our attention. It calls us to interpret what's happening. Right? It's calling us to interpret what's happening. And thereby, then it reveals a deep-seated belief, our beliefs. And this is where our choice comes in, because now we have a choice in how we're going to direct that energy. Yeah? Yeah. So today I want to ask you if you're willing to look directly at those things you're afraid of and discover what it's calling you, what it's asking you to discover, what it's trying to say. Then back to that Ernest Holmes quote, it continues. About the same energy, he's saying that there is but one final energy, an ultimate energy, right, in the universe. And this ultimate energy, this final energy, is the energy of thought. And we're always at the place of choice with that, right? But not when we're so afraid to touch the wooden snake, yeah? Because see, fear doesn't have to be a problem. We don't have to name it as a problem. We don't have to disguise it as a problem. Sometimes we're afraid because we care deeply. Because we care deeply. Sometimes we're afraid because we're standing at the edge of something that's unknown. There's a sense of uncertainty. Sometimes we're afraid because something really matters. It's really important, and it really matters. And sometimes we're afraid because we're alive. Yeah. Yeah. Think about these things. Think about the idea of being in love, or that first love, or falling in love. Starting something that you're dreaming about. My daughter and her husband are starting a business right now. There's some fear, right? Having difficult conversations, having important conversations, real conversations. Leaving something familiar for something unfamiliar. Walking up to the podium. Speaking in a microphone. Standing beside somebody that you love who's going through something difficult and being there with them. See, often in those times, there's a bit of, oh my God, what am I doing? And at the same time, simultaneously, it's, oh my God, I feel so alive. I mean, have you ever sat with someone who's dying? There is that dichotomy, isn't there? There's this sense that this is amazing. Birth, amazing. This thing called life, amazing. Amazing. I ask you not to waste your fear. Do not waste your fear. Don't waste it. It's creative energy. It's potential for something. And you get to decide what that something is. Don't waste it. Don't immediately dumb it down. Don't immediately numb it. Don't automatically follow it. Don't shame yourself for having it. And don't assume that the fear is telling you to stop. Don't make that assumption. Going back to Ernest Holmes' quote, what he's inviting us next to do is to examine it, to look at it, like Richard was saying. To look at it. Befriend it. Listen. Bring your unwavering presence and curiosity to it. Right? Let it guide you. Follow that energy. It's energy in motion. All energy is in motion. Follow it and find the belief that's underneath it. This is critical. That's really the key, because that belief underneath it is the catalyst for positive change or for staying stuck. What are you believing underneath that? Because you're empowered then to decide where you're going to place your faith. In which direction? Because it's simply energy. So we want to cultivate, maybe for us it's a different relationship with fear when we're talking about this, you know, like ask, well, I wonder what it's trying to show me. Again, it gets our attention and it reveals what's important to us, what matters, and it reveals what we believe about life. And so it can point us to that growing edge, which is great. I say we're here to evolve all the time. One of my favorite words, right? So weeks ago, I shared with you my frustration in us not having our new location, right? And because I'm ready. I'm just ready, and I feel like the community is just ready, right? Well, it's a growing edge for me. I think it's a growing edge for all of us, really. It's a growing edge. But clearly, we're being called. So let's go back to the quote, and he says next, if you will look at the thing that you're afraid of until you really understand it, it will no longer have any element of fear for you. And do you know that to be true? There's things that just seem to want to paralyze us in our lives, and yet when we lean in and look at it, it like dissolves. All that scary stuff dissolves when we're curious and interested and we lean in to it, right? I'm excited about this move. Whenever and wherever it happens, right? I'm excited about it. And that excitement got me wondering about the difference between excitement and fear, right? Because they can feel the same. But there's a difference. I know there's a difference. One of the number one fears that people have is public speaking. I'm not afraid to public speak. I'm not afraid to get up here and talk. For me, it's exciting. For others, it's terrible, you know? But I investigated. I went down the rabbit hole with this question on Google, you know, and I learned that what's going on physically and what's going on mentally is very similar. So they called them close cousins, you know, that they're close cousins, excitement and fear. So when something feels really, really important, uncertain, consequentially defining and powerful, like our move could be, you know, your body responds in very much the basic same ways. The activation signals are the same, you know, and so whether you label it I'm excited or I'm scared, your body's still kind of, doing the same thing. That fight or flight kicks in then, either way, right? So again, the heart rate increases, the breathing changes, the blood flow is redistributed. Your pupils might even dilate. Adrenaline kicks in. Attention narrows when things seem important. But here's the critical piece that we don't want to lose sight of, is we don't want to lose access to the prefrontal cortex where that wise brain is, where we're making our decisions from, right? So there's a fine line. Fine line. So the body isn't necessarily saying, this is fear. It could be saying, pay attention. Something important's happening. I remember my first kiss like it was yesterday. That wasn't in my notes either. But it was important, It was important. So the line that is important to delineate is when the brain's interpretation starts to happen. The difference between the meaning that we're going to assign, the belief system that's driving that meaning. That's what's going to determine which direction your energy is going in. So for me, speaking is exciting. 77% of the population has intense fear, intense panic, fear of negative judgment. It's an opportunity for me, It's an opportunity for me to share what I love, what I'm passionate about. It's an opportunity for me to teach this way of life, this philosophy. It's a privilege, actually. So it has deep, deep meaning in that way. And so I feel the activation of that energy. I feel the tingling, the excitement, the energy, but yet the meaning is there's a divine idea, there's one energy, there's one pulse, one energy in life that's creating all life, that created me, that created each one of you. That is exciting. That is exciting. And it's exciting to talk about, and it's exciting to remember at every point that creative potential is activated and something is happening. Something's happening. I could be comforting the disturbed, disturbing the comfortable. Something is happening, right? Something. So this is our practice. This is our spiritual practice. Think of fear as your spiritual practice. How about that? Yeah? So when we have something that feels intense, a challenge, something that makes us nervous, fearful, anxious, whatever, bring our attention to it. Become curious with it until you find that clarity, that fierce clarity. That clarity that is aligned with your highest and best self. The clarity that's aligned with the divine in you. That which goes chunk. Yeah. And then you make your choice from that place. And that is your choice of faith, or your choice that shows your faith, right? So Ernest Holmes said about faith that it's a mental attitude which is so convinced of its own idea, which so completely accepts it, that any contradiction is unthinkable and impossible. Can you get that? So that's how we meet fear, by knowing so deeply who we are, like Diana's saying. Who we are, what we are, why we're here, what is calling us forward. So convinced of that idea, completely accepting it, that any contradiction is unthinkable and impossible. That's our work. In about 45 minutes, we're going to begin it, too, in the workshop, Fear to Faith. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Rev T. So this here's my friend. His name's Cluck Mageddon. Cluck Mageddon. How about those eyes, huh? He's been watching way too much TV. Now see, Cluck has this thing. It's like every once in a while, Cluck gets scared. One little tiny thing can happen, and Cluck's like, "Oh, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, and the whole world's going straight to hell." And I pick Cluck up, and I'm like, "Look, it's okay, Cluck. There are other things in the world than fear." And we're about to sing about one of those things. Because you see, fear kind of grabs our attention. It grabs the wheel, so to speak, right? When we're just moving along through life, and all of a sudden, I mean, sometimes I hadn't even had my coffee, and I'm scared of what's fixing to happen before I ever go to work. But you know, fear doesn't have to drive me to work. Something else drives me. And the choice is what drives us. What's driving you? When you're scared, when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're joyful. What's driving you? So the name of this song is Love Has Got the Wheel. As soon as I find the words to it, we're going to sing it. Anyone ever been on a farm in the morning when a rooster crows? Y'all know how to crow, right? We're going to crow after this song's done. You're going to let go of all your fear, and you're going to know as soon as you crow that love's got the wheel. Humor is a powerful medicine, people. That's what I'm teaching you right now. I wrote this last Saturday night. When I was scared half to death, I just got home from a session with Sacha Winkleman. What a perfect time to write a song for this Sunday. Fear came knocking early, wearing boots and ringing bells. It said the sky is surely falling. Ain't you heard? It's all going straight to hell. I said, come on in and tell me what you're trying to reveal. But sit down in the back seat there, 'cause love has got the wheel. Anger's a messenger, fear an alarm that rings. Neither one's a devil, just allowed or frightened to me. I can bless them, I can feel them, I don't have to make them real. They can holler out directions, but love has got the wheel. Well, anger climbed in right beside me and said, I got a score to settle. He started pointing out other people and put his foot down on the pedal. I said, thank you for the fire, let's forge it into steel. You can help me set a boundary, but love has got the wheel. Anger's a messenger, fear an alarm that rings. Neither one's a devil, just allowed or frightened me. I can bless them, I can feel them, I don't need to make them real. They can holler out directions, but love has got the wheel.
What I choose to keep believing grows roots beneath my feet. So I plant my mind in something worthy of belief. There's a power moving through me, a presence I can feel. I don't have to drive in darkness, 'cause love's got the will. Anger's a messenger, fear and alarm that ring. Neither one's a devil, just a loud, frightened me. I can bless them, I can feel them, I don't need to make them real. They can holler out directions, but love's got the will. Love's got the will. Love's got the will. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wasn't that powerful, huh? Wonderful. Beautiful. All right, now is our time for tithes and offerings. So it's our time to really give back to the universe for what we've been receiving. So it's a blessed time to think about, how am I being served and how can I circulate into the flow of life? It's about putting forward what you want to receive also. So as we just take our tithes, if you'll just take them near your heart or just come to mind if they're electronically, and just sort of know with me that as we give, we know we also receive. We give of the bounty, the joy, the love. We circulate with the flow of life, and we just know that it will multiply. And we just are grateful in this moment, and we just let it be, and together we say, and so it is. And for those online, there'll be some multiple methods scrolling for you also of ways that you can also give to this center.
Thank you, Richard, and let's sing together. How's this song go?
I received the gift of life.
I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life, pass it on. I receive the gift of love, pass it on. I receive the gift of joy, pass it on. I receive all good, pass it on. I receive the gift of life, pass it on. I receive the gift of love, pass it on. I receive the gift of joy, pass it on. I receive all good, pass it on.
And since I'm the practitioner of the day, I'll be over by the screen in that area. Those who want to receive some prayer and support, feel free to stop by over there. And now Reverend Diane's going to give us some announcements.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, again. So if you're the first time with us, we have a gift to give you. Could you please see me or maybe one of the greeters? We'd love to welcome you here. And there's so much going on in the newsletter. If you are new, please sign up on the back table or on Facebook, CSLCulturalCoast.org. And we have every Wednesday the Spiritual Living Circle meeting, and every Friday the Heart, Mind, and Spirit Recovery weekly meeting. And today we have Reverend Theresa's Fear to Faith workshop. Could you just give me a show of hands of everybody who's coming, so we can sign? No, it's not too late to sign up, and you are all welcome. Keep your
19.
hands raised so Reverend Theresa
19,
can see.
20, back, 21.
Thank you, everybody.
22, 21.
Thank you, everybody. And that's why we want you to sign up for the newsletter, so you can sign up on the newsletter, and or when you come, you could stay, and we welcome everybody all the time. And join us for coffee and conversation, and we have a last song from Diana and Frankie, and thank you, everybody.
And you don't have to sit down on this.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hey, there's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, shine, shine. For this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Bobby gonna shine now. This world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around this world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around this world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. I love you. Come back next week for some more wonderful time in community. I love you. Come back, stay for the workshop, have a snack, and love on each other.